You know what? We're gonna start back here. Okay, let's go. We back. Been a while. Okay. I actually had kind of like a thing I wanted to do, but I don't really know how to go about doing it. It has to do with the dock area. I kind of want to do like a dam over here somewhere. I feel like that would be like a kind of cool build to have, but I don't really know where to put it. I'm thinking right there across here, and we can lower the water level there going up to where the village is. Jesus, fish are swimming fast. Damn. Yeah, I don't know. I've been kind of just thinking about it for like the last half an hour. Because we're going to rebuild this village. Because right now it's kind of ugly. And obviously there's no villagers. Which is also kind of a problem. So yeah, I don't know. We'll have to lower the water level over here is the problem. So I'm thinking if we built the dam first and then lowered the water level after would probably be the easiest course of action. We'll lower it, say, to like right there. I think that'd be kind of cool. We just have to place blocks, or we could do it with sponge, but right now it's probably easier just to place blocks, so maybe that's what we'll do. We could start building it across here, I think would be our best course of action. So I guess we'll just start. I could also go to the end and work on that, but I'd rather just do this for a little bit. I'm like still not ready to go back to that build. So, I don't know what kind of dam I want to build is the other problem. I'd like to be kind of cool looking. Maybe rounded in a way. So to be like, how am I gonna do this? Like this, I guess. Well, let's just go straight across for a second. So say like here, right? And then what we do is we go push, 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 push. We have like these rounded sections. I'm thinking, if there's enough room. See, the problem is I'm not really gonna have enough room to do this unless we do this. Trying to think here, like that, and then it would be like that, right? Yeah. Like that. And like that, right? No. one more. That would be decent. It's weird. I'll like watch documentaries about things, and then I'll be like, "Oh, I'd like to do something like that in Minecraft." Okay, well, I think that would be pretty good. So we wouldn't want it to be the same on this side. We'd want it to be kind of like hollow. So it'd be like this, basically. I want to get this right too, because if I screw this up, I'm gonna ruin the water level, and then it's gonna be even harder to make. Hello there, child. So yeah, I guess the best course of action is just to build the actual dam part. Should be like right here. Kind of want to get rid of this one though. So what we could do here is add some dirt to fix it. Hey, hey. What up? How's it going? Okay, so now like here, we'll go out one. Didn't mean to do that. It's going. How am I not? Oh, I'm like literally one block away from getting what I want here. Bro. Where's that one I placed I didn't need to place? There. I'm building a dam. We're gonna lower the water level on this side of the river. If you don't know. Yeah. I'm not doing too bad. I'm just kinda chilling. Glad that I'm not gonna be working where I'm working very soon. It's definitely ramping up a little bit. Pretty much. How very Canadian of me, I know. And it's funny because the design I'm doing is actually a dam in Canada. It's actually what inspired me to do this build. It's an old abandoned dam in Canada. I forget the name of it. I watched a documentary about it the other night and I already forget it. But the design stuck in my head, mainly, so I want to work on that, basically. usual look. Like, I'm not even aiming for that block. Look at this up the block. Damn. Literally. Okay. I'm gonna have to I think I'm gonna have to... Green apple soda. See what my fortune is. There's a fortune in the cap. It's probably some bullshit. Half the time they're not even fortunes anymore. Like, that's not a fortune. It's just telling me what to do. Take a moment for yourself. Like, they used to actually be like fortunes, and then lately they've just been like complete trash. Come on, Jones Cola, get your shit together. I feel bad. They probably have like one person hired to do like every fortune on the thing. I'm just shitting on them. This is a hard design, like, to do in Minecraft. It's probably a hard design to do in real life, let alone Minecraft. It's kind of like these big, almost cone shapes. And that's just how the dam works. Because apparently what the deal is that it uses much less materials. And is extremely efficient. And, it's got a lot of physics thing to it in real life, so... I'm kind of trying to do a similar thing, obviously on a very smaller scale. So I think we'll go down one more and then we'll go out one again. Bro, every time I build things, you guys are just being annoying. Never threatening, just annoying. Still there? You didn't get disconnected or something, did I? I think I'm still alive. Hard to tell sometimes, I swear. Oh my god, bro. Like, please. Just kindly fuck off. Thank you. Like, seriously. So annoying. I feel like I'm going through all this effort to do this design, and it's not going to end up looking very good either. And then I'm going to be sad. Like, I could have just done a simple design like everybody else does, but no. No, I had to be different. And apparently patriotic. Even though I don't think the designer was Canadian. I feel like the designer was from somewhere else. That does look cool, though. That does look pretty fucking cool. Not gonna lie. Oh my god, here we go again. Perish, thank you. Oh my god, Kyle, why? The worst part about this is lowering the water level on the other side is going to be a pain in the ass. But, I think we'll get it. Well, we can do it. We've done harder things. I still, in this world, have not done a build as big as the last world. I was looking up the months on this world, by the way, on how old this world is. And I don't think it's even 8 months old, and I've had 8 months on it for like a while. I think it might have just been, I accidentally put in a wrong number at one point and kind of just rolled with it. But I'm pretty sure it's like 6. Because I think we started this in like, I want to say April or May. So I might have to change that. So if that does change, and it seems kind of weird that it like went back in age, that would be why. Bro, I hate it when I misplace stuff on here because it makes it so much harder to break underwater. There we go. We just gotta get stuff on the other side now. Also, I think I have this facing the right way. I'm pretty sure, like, the inside part is supposed to be, on the lower side. Could be wrong, but I think so. Bro. Okay. We're getting there, we're getting there. I'm trying to pick up all these blocks, but the game is just not allowing it. Is everything even now? I feel like we're good here. Why is this not even though? I know, don't remind me. Please. Wait, what? And why what? I don't even know what I'm talking about now. I think we'll just go straight down. Maybe we'll spread it out a little tiny bit more here. I don't know. I feel like if we just go straight down here, it will make more sense, though. It doesn't have to be exactly like the actual design in real life. It just needs to be... It just needs to make sense. I know. I'm so, like, done with Christmas in general. I sound so, like, stupid. Like, I feel like I'm being, like, a Scrooge, but, like, I don't know. Christmas is so stressful for me, so I don't know. It just kind of bothers me, I guess. Oh my god, I fucking hate building underwater. Why did I not bring my shovel? It's worse, too, is that, like, when you're surrounded by people that absolutely adore Christmas, like, there's no tomorrow, and you're just kind of like, I don't like Christmas. Meh. You feel like a fucking asshole. But it's literally just like, Christmas isn't... I don't think people understand that Christmas for everybody isn't always the happiest. Like, Christmas for a lot of people might not be associated with good memories, you know? And... I mean, that can change, obviously. But, yeah. That's not really what it is for me. I think Christmas was just ruined for me because fucking commercials and shit, and the commercialization of Christmas kind of ruined it for me, I think. It's too much. It's just too much nowadays. Like, and I sound like an old person now, but, like, it really is just too much nowadays. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. Yeah, that's all it reminds me of. It doesn't remind me of anything. Like, I don't really get along... Anybody who doesn't get along with their family, besides their immediate family, which even, in all honesty, I don't even get along with that well either. But I do more than my distant family. And Christmas really doesn't mean anything to me, you know? Like, I'm not gonna go over to my family's house and have a big dinner, and my family here barely has a dinner on Christmas, so it's not really like a thing for me, you know? And then like I feel like it's kind of depressing, I guess, to a certain degree, because you see everybody else doing these things and having this great time, but then like you're just like, oh well, but I guess I'm not gonna do that though, because like who am I gonna do it with, really? That's how I feel. I don't know about anybody else, but that's how I feel. I should probably fill this in. Just this little cave area. I should have I should have brought blocks for filling in stuff. I'm always happy to get rid of gravel. Also, we need sleep. And the sad part is I really used to like Christmas. Like, up until I was about, like, I know I've said this story before, up until I was about, like, I want to say, like, 19 or 20, I kind of just was done with it. Like, I was just like, like, I don't care anymore, you know? Unfortunately. Like I said, I still have all those Christmas houses and stuff that I used to have, like, those little, like, porcelain ones. Somewhere. How does this look right now? Like, it looks pretty cool, I think. It'll look even cooler once we get it, like, actually working. But yeah, I always feel like a fucking asshole whenever I, like, complain about Christmas. Just because a lot of people, I understand other people are enjoying it, and that's all fine. Doesn't mean I have to, though. Yeah, I used to do that, and I'd have, like, fucking... it'd have some kind of silly aspect to it, like the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, or Godzilla would be in it, or something like that. But, like, still... Yeah, exactly, you get it. And, yeah. I don't know. There's a certain warmth to Christmas, I guess, but like I was saying earlier, I think a lot of that has been lost because people. I feel like when people celebrate it too early, it like kind of ruins it, especially here where I live, because people here tend to have their Christmas trees up before like Remembrance Day, which is honestly, in my opinion, kind of disrespectful. You know? That's like Veterans Day for you guys. Like, they'll have their Christmas tree up like before that, and I feel like because that for us comes November 11th or whatever, it's like really close. So you kind of like wait till after that. You know what I mean? Like, but people has like I know people that had their Christmas tree up the day Halloween was over. Like November 1st, they had it up, and I'm like, that's like a bit much. You know, like that's kind of overkill. Yeah, like, at least wait till late November, early December to do that. Like, don't put it up. Like, I feel like putting it up that early is, like, a bit much. I mean, maybe I'm just being a dick, but, like... it does seem like it's a bit much to me. Like, that looks pretty good. Now we just gotta lower the water level on this side. This is gonna be the worst fucking part of this. Why did I design this? Why did I decide this was a good idea? Do you think I should have the top of the dam be higher? It's usually higher than the water itself, isn't it? Like, it's usually a little bit taller. I don't know. These aren't really things I see where I live. I guess better. It's not a beaver dam. Although that would be really fucking funny. Okay, let's lower the water level. So the problem with this is that lowering the water level, I'm gonna have to lower all the way over there. So what I'm thinking we're gonna have to do, I could use sponges, but my thought process is we just add one layer blocks the whole way across. Do I have netherrack? Netherrack would be the best block for this. And not dirt. Let me see. If we have netherrack, we'll use that. But if we don't, dirt is fine if we have a good shovel. Which we do. You know our long history with netherrack and water. We can use both, really. Because I don't think what the dirt we have is going to be enough anyways. But yeah, I don't know. I think the other thing with Christmas for me is that I always feel like I can never afford what I want to actually get people. Like when I want to get people presents and stuff. Between bills and everything, you know? You know? I think we'll just do netherrack. Yeah, we'll do netherrack for now, because I think it'll be a lot better. We could just go get some more. I mean, it's really not a big deal. But we're basically just going to have to do this, like, one layer at a time. I want it to be down at least... I'm thinking 4 layers. It's funny because I said originally and even lately that I wasn't going to edit the river aspect of this section because it was such a pretty natural thing. But I feel like this is going to be kind of cool. I'm not really altering it too much. Like, that should lower the water level 1 block, right? Once we get rid of it. And we just need to do that all the way up toward the villages, which is a lot, I know. We're definitely going to need more netherrack. But we'll just keep doing what we're doing for now, and we'll... Maybe what we can do is we can just reuse the blocks. I want to go down, I think, 4 or 5 layers, I think would be... I just think it would be a cool little thing that I've never done before, and I think it would add a lot to the world, so... We'll place all of our netherrack, and then we'll take it all down, and then we'll replace it the next section up. And it should lower the water level. Yeah, like, see how the water's flowing there now? This is giving me PTSD. Okay. Man, this lag is actually brutal right now. And the best part is the water should be flowing down, so we should be able to just go and pick it up. My only thing here is that I don't want to hit the dam and break it. And don't worry about the dirt patches. They'll all turn to grass. I think I just like these builds that like give me something I haven't done before, but also are sort of challenging. I think that's like my forte. I feel like I get bored when I just do regular builds. And I have been working on the end off stream, so don't think that I've forgotten about that, because I haven't. I'm pumped to see the whole Eminem Rock and Roll Hall of Fame thing. They're airing like the full unedited thing in what was it, November 9th, 15th or 19th, one or the other. So I'm pumped to see that. I seen some video clips, but they weren't very good quality. I'd like to see like an actual like 4K thing of it, because I know he did that song with Steven Tyler. It was pretty cool. Love that song. I love the original version of that song, and I love that song. Just saying a lot, because I'm not like a big Aerosmith fan. Okay, so I guess we start here. We'll do here too, just in case. Yeah, okay, I'm doing right. We got it. Bro. Maybe this would be a good time to take the Elays out, because they could get all these blocks back for me when I drop them. I'm just afraid of getting them back in the room is going to be difficult. That's why I barely ever use them. I don't want to lose them because there's none close by whatsoever. I probably should be sleeping right now, so nothing spawns. But yeah, it looked good. You know me, I love anything Eminem. Been a fan since I was like, what, 10 years old? Like, literally. I wouldn't say I'm a stan, because the stan is the ones that defend him no matter what. And they like all of his music. And I don't necessarily like all of his music. Like, I do think that a lot of the stuff that came out on the Revival album was mostly bleh. I'm not in the camp of M can do no wrong and everything he makes is gold. Don't get me wrong, he has a really good track record for making really good music, but it's not like he hasn't made bad music, in my opinion. Please don't cancel me, Stans. Stans are scary, man. Why didn't I do it like this to begin with? This makes so much more sense. I do personally think that Eminem's older shit, like 2004 and prior, is his best material. In terms of like just listenability. But his new stuff is good in a different way because it's more, how do I say it? It's more of like a, you listen to it it's more like a creative thing where if you enjoy finding all the little secrets and things that he hides in songs, then the new stuff is really good for that. The old stuff is more straight and to the point and I guess more inspiring, I think. I think the new stuff doesn't really have that aspect to it as much. Not saying there aren't songs that don't have relatable elements or aren't inspiring, like Higher or Leaving Heaven is probably one of his best songs he's done in a really long time, in my opinion. I love that song so much. And that song is so relatable for me, so I get that. Are you really... Oh, you're lucky. Yeah, you better run. Yeah, but songs like that are my favorite ones usually. The more like in-depth talking about family issues or just even relationship issues and stuff. Like my favorite Eminem albums always fluctuate, and my favorite songs always fluctuate depending on my mood, I think. I think my favorite album is probably probably the Eminem Show. Although I do have a soft spot for the Slim Shady LP just because of the silliness of it. But if I'm talking about like relatable songs and like things that like when I was a kid I was like, damn, somebody's talking about these things. Eminem Show was that for me because, you know, it's just relatable. Okay. It looks pretty cool when you have it when you have the water lowered actually. Like when you look over here and you look over here and it's lower. Like once that's down like 4 blocks, that's gonna be really cool. I think it's gonna make the dam stand out a lot. We definitely are not even going to remotely get this done tonight, but we're getting there. How did that sheep die? Did he drown? There's just a random piece of mutton over there. I was supposed to do a retro stream again tonight, wasn't I? Today? No, today's Tuesday. Right? Well, it's Wednesday now, but pretty much. You know what I mean. That's tomorrow night. My brain, man. My brain lately, not work. No work. Brain, no work. This is a very tedious process, but it won't be so bad once we get up there, because it's a little bit, more narrow. It's where this part of the river is so wide, it's definitely takes more effort. I had fun doing Dreamcast last night, though. I think the next one we're gonna do is play Man. See, realistically, I could have just filled in like a huge chunk at a time and did this. But, I don't know. I feel like it's probably easier if I do it like this. Because the whole like swimming around in it and placing underwater would probably be a pain in the ass. If we're being honest. Which we are. I can't believe Eminem is 50. That still blows my mind. Like, when did that happen? Oh, wrong one. Bye, Firework. It was nice knowing you. Bro, how do I keep fucking this up so bad? Well, yeah. I mean, he's one of the best-selling artists of all time, like, ever. Like, that's... If that's not an accomplishment, I don't know what it is. And, like, seriously, I don't know what it is if that's not, like... That's huge. Imagine that, you know? Like, imagine having that as, like, an accomplishment. Like, that's crazy. Like, ever? You know? Like, not rock, not hip-hop, just artist in general, ever. Like, that's huge. Think he ever thought he was going to get to that level? I highly, highly doubt it. Especially with the kind of music he was putting out in the early 2000s. I'm sure, like, nobody thought that. Everybody was like, oh, it's just a fad. This guy's coming in here saying all these obnoxiously wild things just to get under people's skin. And here we are. That was 1999. And now it's 2022. Still talking about the dude, you know? Like, that's crazy. And what got me about it, too, was he had this huge, like, time to give a speech. And he took his entire speech time to talk about other artists that inspired him. That's, like... That's so fucking cool. don't know about anybody else, but I think that's fucking cool. Like, the list went on forever. And I'm glad that Dre mentioned the whole label thing of, like, the label not wanting them to sign him because the whole quote of, you know, he got blue eyes. You know? To not sign him to a label because of skin color is stupid. You feel like Alphabet. I feel like Alphabet. I like a lot of his older lines too. I was thinking about that today actually. I was listening to his music quite a bit and then I was like, it's nuts. Really? He did, didn't he? Did he actually? I never noticed that. If he did, that's fucked. So, he really does need to be in a mental asylum. No, that's crazy. Damn, I never noticed. I guess that makes sense though when you're going through like a list. He's probably, you know. I get that, I guess. Yeah, that's nuts. Never noticed. To be fair, I just watched it like on someone's shitty ass phone recording. Could you please mind your business, sir? But yeah, it's pretty crazy to think about, you know. I know it's. I feel like they should change the name of that hall too. Like I feel like it shouldn't be the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I feel like it should just be the Music Hall of Fame. That would have been insane if he had rapped every single rapper that he had on that list. That would be near impossible, but he's done stuff like that before in songs. I mean, he even did that in probably most popular, probably in Rap God, right? It's like early on in the song he does that. And he did it in EPMD too with Nas. When he's mentioned like rappers that died and stuff like that. Like, it's just crazy the stuff that he can do, like transforming words to fit. And some stuff, like, you'll be like, oh, that sounds so cool, and you'll say it back, and if you don't say it back with the same way that he said it, it doesn't make any sense, and it doesn't rhyme at all, and you're like, oh, okay, well. I mean, I know the cliche, stupid thing that everybody mentions with him is that, like, he can rhyme with orange. It's like, because nothing rhymes with orange. It's like the stupid thing, but... I mean, I guess that's why he did, like, that... When he did, like, Relapse, that would be why he did, like, the whole accents thing on it, right? Because with an accent, you could rhyme things differently, because you're saying the words differently. It's just so clever. And then people shit on that so hard. Like, I hate it when he does the accents thing. It's so stupid. Like, yo, if you're gonna complain about something like actually worth complaining about. Even about him. There are things that M does that annoy the shit out of me. Some people don't even like the fact that he does so many songs with Ed Sheeran, but, like, I have no problem with Ed Sheeran, in all honesty. I don't listen to his music or anything, but I'd never say the guy isn't talented, because he definitely is. He has a really good voice. And he's an amazing songwriter, just writing hooks for music. He's so good at that. Because all I've been listening to lately has been Eminem and Joji. And only Joji today because of the whole album. I'm a huge fan of him anyways. No tridents. Oh. I tried. Is was someone I would like to see live before he retires, so I'll lock in. If we're being real, 100%. I'm trying to think of the Eminem lines that I was listening to today, and thinking like, oh, these are some of my favorite lines. Although some of them I probably can't say on Twitch. One is in the song Brainless. Even that song was relatable to me, because my mother actually did say the chorus of that song to me. Bruh. I think what we'll do when we're done this too is we'll add some sand to the edges. And that'll give us a little like beachy type area around, because we don't really have one nearby. Yeah, unless we fly like over that way. I want to look up what that... Hang on, I'm going to look up what that dam is called, because I want to give a shout out to that to the designer of that dam, because it was really cool. I remember seeing it and thinking... I'll know it when I see a picture of it, because it's a very distinct design. God, why I can't find it? It's gonna bother me. Like I want to shout it out because it's so cool looking. I want you to be able to see it too. You know what I mean? I want you to look it up. Hang on. I will go to my YouTube history. Which apparently has a lot of Jacksepticeye. It's one of those videos I just kind of like stumbled upon, and I just was like, oh, that seems interesting. It was something that was recommended to me, and I watched it and was like, damn. It was only like a night ago, so it should be here. Maybe not, though. I don't see it. Maybe it was longer ago than I thought it was. It was. Yeah, I'll open up the video. It's a town. It's a ghost town in Canada that was abandoned in 1935, called Antiochs. And my design is not exactly like this, but it's inspired by this. The number 2 hydroelectric dam. So ANYOX, if you're curious. And it's really cool. It's actually a really cool little like urban exploration video. I love those videos anyways. Are you legitimately asking? AnyOX. Might be 2 N's. I've forgotten already. I'm an idiot. Good old Michael Jackson songs. Even though most people probably know that song is Alien Ant Farm. I'm probably going to end the stream in a half an hour, by the way. I'm not going to go full 2 hours tonight. Just not feeling it. The song is so intense. It's also very loud. Turn that down a little bit, damn. Yeah, what else is new, hey? I feel that, though. I feel like I'm always tired lately. Even when I get a lot of sleep, and, like, even if I have a nap or something, I feel like lately I'm just tired all the time anyways. And it might also be partly my thyroid problem. Because my medication really does need to be adjusted, and I haven't been able to get in to get a blood test because of work. Because, I mean, last week I was working entirely 10, 11-hour shifts, and against my will, might I add, I did not agree to that. And, this week I've just been working regular shifts, so I'm kind of waiting just until next week to just, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply for jobs, starting on Monday. And because I actually have some friends working in a few places that can get me in some places, so I think I have a good prospects on job hunting. And I'm gonna try and get my doctor's appointment done, and any things that I need to do that work could possibly interfere with, I'm just gonna get it done before, if possible. There's also this job that someone told me about, and I have the number for the head chef, which is a temporary job until after Christmas. But the good thing about it is when they're done, they'll lay you off. So you're good after that. And then when they need you again, they'll call you back, and you can go back and work there the next season that they need you, or whatever it is, right? And that's a sick job opportunity, realistically. I mean, I'd have to find something in between that, but for now, you know. I don't know though, see, because it's still cooking, and I said that I didn't want to do that because I feel like I'm just gonna walk into the same situation that I'm currently in and was in previous to this. It's funny, one of my old jobs is actually like has an ad up saying they're desperately hiring, and I'm like, I'll bet you are. I think what I'm going to do when I get over to this village, because there's so much, like, underneath it, I think what we're going to have to do is, just make a wall there out of dirt or something under the village, instead of leaving it just floating on top of the water. Because it's kind of strange. See, where the river's so narrow here, we can cover way more ground really fast. It's gonna get really shitty once we get up there, though. Man, I wish you could listen to, like, actual, like, copyrighted music on stream without getting in trouble. I don't mind my VODs being muted because of it. That's different. I just don't want to get any like claims on my channel, you know? I don't really want to mess with anybody. Cuz I know like people like Jay Schlatt will stream and have like copyrighted music, and then his VOD will just not have the music in it. I don't know how he does that. I feel like I want to know, cuz I feel like that would be kind of cool if I could just do that, and then when I upload it to YouTube, the music isn't there. He probably just records a separate video, I would assume. Like, he probably has something recording the actual full stream, but it doesn't take into account for the music that's playing in the background. I would assume. And then he can just add whatever copyright-free music he wants on YouTube. But then when he's streaming live, he can listen to whatever he wants. Because they don't take it down when you're live, right? It's like when the VOD goes up later on. The video, wherever the said music is, will be muted. Or sometimes the whole VOD, depending. I feel like it sucks because I don't know how most artists feel, but for me, I don't care about people using my music. Like, I feel like if anyone wants to listen to my music on stream, go for it. Like, I literally don't care about not getting money from it. Like, it's free publicity, right? I know it's hard for small artists and stuff, but you're not really going to make that much from doing that, really, you know? And, because realistically, music is not where the money is in the music industry, sadly. But I feel like I'd rather just have people play my music, you know? If I have any say in it at whatever point my music career is at, my music will always be free to play on streaming services and YouTube. Like, I won't have any of that. I think that shit's so stupid. A lot of indie artists are kind of the same way, but I think it's a lot of the big corporations like Sony and stuff. They don't want you doing that, you know? Like, okay, so I understand when it's an issue where it's like a stream that's just playing music, like it's just streaming your music for free. Like, that's kind of fucked up, right? Because I'd obviously rather them go on Spotify or somewhere and listen to it so that there's some kind of revenue. Or not even the revenue, just the plays, just to have the list of how many people are listening to your music, you know, and know that. But I think realistically, if someone's just like playing a video game and they want to have my music in the background, like, what's the problem with that, you know? People aren't coming to the stream to listen to that music. If people want to listen to my music without watching the stream, they're gonna go and find it. You know what I mean? They're not gonna... And even my music is free. Like, every album we've had is on Spotify. You can go listen to it on Spotify. You can listen to it on Apple Music or whatever. If you don't have the money to pay for those services and you don't want to listen to ads, you can listen to it on Facebook or on YouTube for free usually. Or you can support us on Bandcamp. Like legitimately, I always say to people, if they want to support our music the most and by just buying the album or listening to it, get it on Bandcamp, because that's where we get the most revenue, right? Because Spotify gives us nothing. Apple Music gives you nothing. Like, those companies are the biggest ripoff. Biggest ripoff ever. I hate how much money they get away with, and nobody says anything. I feel like the average consumer doesn't really care, and that's kind of sad because, you know, people put a lot of effort into this stuff. Not just recording it, but then paying for the recording, playing it live. Did I tell the story about what happened downtown at the last show? With a few people? There was like a scene outside the bar. And I bet you it'll make you angry. Okay, so after my set was over, I went outside and I was standing up with this guy from the other band that we play with. on the regular. Their band is Sarah Senia. And we were just chilling out. Out like you outside a bar. He was having a smoke. And this lady comes up and tries to walk into the bar. And I could tell, I know the bouncer at the door, like he's a good friend of ours, so we know him. And he immediately jumps in front of the door and stops her. And I'm just like, okay, so this lady has been a problem the entire night. Because if it was just the first time, then he would have had to just go, oh, hey, you can't go in there. There's a cover to pay, right? Cover was $10 for a show. And let me mind you, there was one band, 2, 3, 4, 5 bands that night, right? This lady goes, I just wants to go in and listen to the music. And she's really drunk. And she's like, oh my god, let me in the place. I wasn't even trying to go in. And then she's like, but I want to go in and listen to music. Can I just go in and listen? And if I don't like it, then I can leave? She's like, $10 is way too much anyways for local bands. Who wants to pay $10 for local acts? And then she gets really pissed off and like, walks over. And we're kind of, like, down from the door, but we seen this from, like, a distance away. So she walks down, and then she takes out her lighter, lights up a cigarette, and she's standing up next to me and the other singer of the other band. And she looks over at us, right? And then she starts venting about it to us. She's like talking about like how bullshit it is that like local artists here aren't very good and they don't deserve the money and all that. And whatever crap she was getting on with. Hang on, I gotta deal with this asshole. Yeah, so she comes over and she's venting to us about it, and she's like, I can't believe it. I can't believe that they wouldn't let me in. It's $10. $10 is ridiculous. Like, $3 I could understand. What? When is there ever a $3 cover? That's such an odd number. Especially in Canada, nobody's walking around with like a loonie and a toonie to give to a bartender. Like, it's not. Anyways, yeah. So like she's complaining about it, and then the singer of the other band just looks at me and rolls his eyes, and he's like, yeah, like, it's not like artists need the money to pay for their equipment and, you know, all the practicing and, you know, showing up to the show and playing music to entertain people. It's not like they deserve some kind of compensation for that. What? Are you good? And I think when he said that, she then, and only then, clued into that we were part of the bands. And then she just went like, and like walked away. Like, literally. Like, Mrs. did, like, the full hair flip. Like, she was just like, and was gone. And I just looked at him, and I was like, man, some people... Anyways. I think that was... I don't know if that was before or after my set. I feel like it might have been after my set. No, it had to be before. I think it was before. Because we were the next band on after that. Anyways, we go on. We come out again. And I go out, hang out with my friends, because my friend from work was down there, and I was hanging out with him outside. And, and then this other dude is also trying to get into the bar, and having the same thing. He's saying the same thing. They're not worth $10, local acts. I could understand if it was a big band from the mainland, but why would I want to see local acts and pay $10? And I'm just thinking, man, like, it hurts on some level, you know what I mean? Like, really? Really? Like, all of your favorite bands. Let's just say this guy. Just for shits and giggles. Let's just say this guy's favorite band was fucking Nirvana, okay? Where the fuck do you think Nirvana started? Do you think they were they picked up their instruments, wrote an album, and then Nevermind came out and they were huge immediately? Is that what people think music is? I mean, sure, that happens some people, usually people that are already rich. But like your favorite band started in clubs. Started with a small fan base, a loyal fan base that goes to all their shows and supports them. It's not an overnight thing. I don't understand this mentality lately. And I feel like it's only been in the last maybe like 10 years that people have been acting this way. Because I remember going downtown when I was younger, like in my early 20s, and like, because, you know, I'm in Canada, 19. And then like, so yeah, I was in my early 20s. I remember going downtown. I had no problem with paying money for local bands because I understood the amount of effort that it took to do that. And I wasn't, mind you, I wasn't writing music or anything at that point. I didn't have a band or anything like that, so I didn't really have any relatability like I do right now. But I don't understand that. Like, why do people act like that? It's so obnoxious. You know? I wish I had a rich mommy and daddy that could pay for fucking all my bullshit, you know, all my music and all my equipment. Like, my amp is $2,000, right? My amp is $2,000. My guitar, two of my guitars are almost $2,000. Another one of my guitars is over $1,000. My microphone was expensive as fuck. Like, where do they think this shit costs nothing? Like, do they think we just go down to, like, the local fucking music shop and just rent all of our equipment for the night? Like, what? Like, what? And then on top of that, we're not playing covers. Most of the pretty much all the bands that were down there last night, aside from a few songs here and there, like every band does, we're playing original music. Like, do you think we just sit down and, like, a day and write, like, 3 albums worth of music? Like, that took me fucking years to write. You know? And it's not just a music problem either. It's a problem in a lot of areas, because I noticed it in photography too. Even like friends I have that are photographers too. Like they'll literally have these dirt cheap rates for professional photography with a great camera and great skills. They take amazing photos. And then people will be like, well, why would I hire a professional photographer and pay them $300 when I can take pictures just as good with my iPhone? And it's like, no, you can't. Yes, your iPhone takes good pictures. I'm not going to lie. They have great cameras. But you're not going to get the same thing. Like, you zoom into any of those pictures, they're going to look like shit. Like, ugh. It's so brutal. Like, people just don't appreciate art anymore at all. And it sucks. Sorry, I'm going on like I'm like yelling right now. I'm going on this huge rant. But it's something that legitimately bothers me, like, a lot. And that night actually bothered me a lot. Like, I was like, it blows my mind that these people are around. Like, if you don't want to go out and support music live, then just stay home and turn on a CD or Spotify or whatever the fuck you do, and just leave everybody else out of it. Like, seriously. Because you're just making yourself look like an idiot. Like, I know that they're drunk too, but like, I hear this stuff from people when they're not drunk, you know what I mean? Like, I've heard perfectly sober people say the same thing, and like, I just don't understand that mindset. I don't get it. And like I said with the photography, those people aren't drunk at all, and it's like, I don't know, it's just so stupid. It's just ignorance. I want to save money as much as the next person and not spend money, but like, you can't expect to go out and get entertained by anybody and not have to pay for it. That's just not how that works. This is capitalism. Money for services. Get with the program here. We've been doing this for a really long time. Oh my. You just can't win. Just can't win with some people, I swear. I spent 15 minutes ranting about that. That's how riled up it gets me. Like, I don't think $10 is a lot for a cover for 5 bands. Do you think that's a lot? Like, we didn't really get that much money from the last show, right? And there was a lot of people there, but we didn't get a whole lot of money. Because between 5 bands, that's nothing, right? That's like, I don't know, maybe not even $50, I want to say. It wasn't very much. No, exactly. I know places that, especially on like the mainland, in places like Montreal, you're paying way more than $10 cover to get into places. I do agree that bars should pay bands, though, to a certain degree, depending on what kind of bar it is. Yeah, like the door person gets paid, the bands all get paid. Like, obviously, people want that. I mean, I'm not in it for the money. Don't get me wrong. It's not about the money. It never is. But the money helps keep the ball rolling, right? Because if we weren't getting paid to do this, we would run out of funds immediately. I wouldn't be able to get repairs done on my amp or any of my guitars, and we'd be screwed, right? Some bars you do, depending on the bar. Usually bigger venues do that, but the ones that we play at usually are very, very... they're very small bars, right? The one that we played at last time is one of the bigger, smaller bars, but still, it's not big by any means, right? Like, the Rock House is the biggest bar that we've played here, and that's... Like, and realistically, that's the only one that has a stage. Like, most of these bars we play in don't have stages, right? You're just on the same level as the crowd, which fucking sucks sometimes. That looked cool. I don't know what happened there, but that looked cool. I don't know. People's ignorance makes me mad. Just in any aspect of anything, you know. Just go out and educate yourself on things. You don't even need to. You don't need someone to teach you. You can teach yourself things. I don't know. I just wish we could get on some kind of, not even a major label, just like an indie label where we could get, like a little bit of funds just to put into booking and stuff like that, or have someone to help us book things, and then have, say, funds to go towards recording. Not even a lot, just a little bit, Some kind of support, because doing everything ourselves it's great. And it's a great feeling knowing that you're that independent, that everything we have done has been us and nobody else. And not really any help from anybody else, or not very many, not like any companies or anything. But obviously, it'd be nice, right? Because, like, I gotta get my tubes in my amp changed soon, because they're getting rough. And that's not cheap. Especially right now with the whole thing going on with Russia and everything, because a lot of guitar tubes for amps are made in Russia. And obviously, that's a problem. Or a lot of the good ones. That's not cheap either, because that's not something I like doing myself. Because last time I did it, I screwed up my last amp, so I'd like to pay somebody to do it, which is probably gonna be a couple $100. Worth it. It definitely makes it sound better. Obviously, I've had those tubes in that amp since I bought it, and they definitely get rocked. Believe me, and knocked around. Because if you know me, like in my stage destruction habits. I like knock that amp over every night almost. I think we might be able to get the full, almost the full one layer of water done tonight. I got it's like 7 minutes to go. Also, guitar. I need to get my guitar restrung. I'll probably just do it myself. I'm surprised the strings on my guitar have lasted as long as they do, honestly. We have another show coming up on the 25th that we're booking today. Somebody asked us today if we wanted to, and we said yes. Obviously. But the album, I feel like the more shows, the better, just to help support. Go out and tell everybody, you know. Although it has been getting a pretty good reception today with the cover and everything. A few different things picked it up and reported on it, which is cool. It's nice that some people care. Especially with how much effort we put into this stuff. I am proud of this album cover, too, because this is the first album cover that we've done at all that has been entirely mine and not drawn or anything by anybody else. I know you care. I'm not talking about you. I know that. I mean like magazine places and stuff like like publications. It's nice seeing even places outside of where I live, like outside of my province, report on it, you know? Like, I loved doing that radio interview the last time with the dude that was on the mainland. Like, that was fun. I'd do that again, absolutely. I was nervous as fuck. But now that I know how it works, I'm not nervous, because it's basically just you have an interview with him one-on-one, and then he just edits it and puts it on the air, so... Because he probably had to cut out a lot of my, and. There was a lot of that. Especially when I'm nervous. I'm just like, he's like, yeah, so, how does this album, change from the last one? And you're just like, I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. I'm excited to do more stuff like that. I actually kind of enjoy it. Although, I did get burnt out, because I did, I think, 10 magazine interviews, and I did 1 radio interview. And a lot of the magazine ones burned me out, because they just were the same fucking questions over and over again. I can understand why bands fucking hate that. I can understand why bands get mad about that, like, later on in their career. But yeah, so, I don't know. I'm excited to do that again. I think that was a fun experience. And I do like, obviously, talking about my music and spreading awareness of my music to outside of my local area. Even if it's not that far outside. You know, anything helps. Uh-huh. like I said before, I'm kind of more worried about the subject matter of this album. We have done you should just keep a master copy of those answers for next time. That's smart. Good thinking. I will definitely do that. What was I gonna say? Yeah, I'm worried about this album though, and how people are gonna take it, because it's got a lot of controversial topics on it, and the other two albums were more personal, and this album it has like 2 personal songs on it, and the rest of them are basically just me talking about the current state of the world. We have recorded before the last show. We sat down for a couple hours before the show, and we just quickly went through. We tried to get at under 1 minute long videos of us just giving a quick little rundown of each song. Like, we did one song each, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna upload them like one day at a time. And we also have one where we're just talking about the album in general, including the artwork and the overall theming and stuff. Yeah, so obviously I talk about all this shit on stream here anyways, but I don't think very many people that listen to my music are in here watching this. But yeah, so yeah, we just basically talked about each song and like the theming of it, because like there's one song about cancel culture and how bullshit that is, and then there's one song about, you know, things going on with the police in the world, and there's a lot of songs about the apocalypse and the end of the world, but each one of the songs is like a different point of view. Like, one is like a Christianity point of view, like with the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse and all that. And there's another one that's like more like a Cthulhu thing, which is a city drown, right? So that's like the Lovecraftian apocalypse. And then there's another song that's another different one. And so like there's a few songs like that, right? And there's 2 personal songs, which are the 2 soft songs, which is also another thing that we haven't done before. We haven't really written soft ballady type songs, and now that we have 2 of those, I'm kind of happy with that, because honestly they were probably the hardest songs to write on the album and sing, aside from maybe one song. There's one song that definitely killed my voice. Okay, I'm probably gonna go over by a couple minutes here just so I can pick up these blocks. But yeah, I'm pretty pleased with how it came out. I'm happy with it. I think Mike is still a little bit iffy on the production. I feel like he's a perfectionist. He wants everything to sound exactly as he pictures it in his head. And when it doesn't come out that way, he's always disappointed, even if someone else is doing it. Like, I don't even think he was happy with the last one that much, because he has these notions in his head of what it should sound like, and then it doesn't. You know, it's just perfectionist stuff. But I think overall it sounds good. I'm happy with how it sounds. And I'm happy with the theming. I'm happy with the album cover. I'm excited to move on to EPs and stop doing full-length albums for a bit, because they're definitely a lot more tiring, and I feel like we can get more intimate with the EPs. We can kind of, you know, pick a theme for a 5-song, 6-song thing and just go with it. Anywho, it was a good talk. It was fun. I will be back again tomorrow night, but tomorrow is going to be a retro stream again. We're going to be playing Man, unless I change my mind, but I think we're going to do that because I feel like it would be really fun. Especially using the microphone and stuff. Yeah. So I'll see you tomorrow night. Thanks for coming in and watching. I appreciate it very much.